Amy was born with a heart condition. Will still approaches her as a tax collector, but it came just as Amy was being discharged from the hospital. She spent all these years trying to get better. She didn't have any money left to pay her back taxes. So their first meeting ended badly. As a qualified tax collector, Will had the cheek to stick to Amy the next day. Unfortunately, Will's business skills were rusty and awkward, and Amy was amused by this persistent taxman. During the subsequent contact, Amy gradually let down her guard against Will. She felt that the other person was not trying to push him to pay the tax, but was trying to help him intentionally or unintentionally. She said to Will, "I always feel that you are here to help me, and not to urge me to pay my tax." Will smiled and said, "Because I think you deserve my help." Amy was so shocked by his words that she couldn't speak. Will chose to leave, leaving Amy alone. After Will left, Amy looked at his back and felt a flutter in her heart. This feeling was also confirmed soon after. Someone helped her to pay off all the debts and did not leave any contact information. Amy's first thought was of the shy taxman, so she called to thank him. But the person on the other end of the line answered the phone, but did not respond in the slightest. What she didn't know was that the man on the other end of the line was, as usual, caught up in the painful memories. Until a few days later, Amy was hospitalized again. Lying in the hospital bed, she could not help but call him again. Fortunately, Will answered her this time. He wondered if another taxman had contacted Amy. Amy said no. She said she was sorry and didn't understand why she answered the phone to him. She just happened to have his card. She had never felt death so close to her before, and the fear of death made it impossible for her to sleep at all. Will comforted her with a gentle tone of voice and told her a heartwarming story while rushing to the hospital. Will spoke slowly and Amy listened with peace of mind. The fear of death slowly dissipated in Will's soothing words. By the time Will arrived at the hospital, Amy had already fallen into a deep sleep. He gently put away the mobile phone on Amy's face. His eyes gently spread to Amy. In this dimly lit ward, two lonely souls slowly began to blend together, until the next day, Amy woke up from a deep sleep and found the man standing by her side. At that moment, she felt an overwhelming sense of warmth. Unfortunately, the doctor's arrival interrupted this warm moment. The doctor said her heart had begun to swell. If they can't find a suitable heart for transplant, she has less than a month left at most. Upon hearing this news, Amy shed tears of despair, knowing that this was probably her last moment. In the end, Amy chose to leave the hospital. Instead of waiting for her death in the hospital, she wanted to enjoy the rest of her life to the fullest. In the days that followed, Will was by Amy's side every day. They pulled weeds together, went on picnics, and talked to each other. Of course, most of the time, Will acted as a listener, listening to her dream of dying, listening to her desire for life, even though her fate was unfair. Their relationship grew stronger with each passing day. Will's dead body seemed to be rejuvenated. He realized that he really liked this beautiful and optimistic woman. Unfortunately, this relationship was doomed to failure. Amy's only hope for survival is a beating heart in his chest. He was so unhappy. For the first time in a long time, Will wanted to live so strongly, he ran to the hospital in the pouring rain, trying to get hope from the doctors that he could continue to live. But the doctors told him that Amy's chances of survival were a miserable 3%. Since there's no other way, let's just stick to the plan. He was going to give her the heart as a gift anyway, wasn't he? Will thought to himself, and then he dialed his best friend's number. He told his friend that it was time and said goodbye to him. When my friend heard his call, he started crying silently. He had agreed with Will before. After Will's death, he would help him with organ donation. During this time, he struggled and tried to persuade him hysterically. But for a man with a death wish, he was powerless to compromise. When he got home, he called Turner again to apologize for his earlier rudeness. Turner politely asked what he could do for him. Will says he wants to give him a gift and that he will be contacted in the morning. Turner asked if he was the man he met in the pub. Will didn't answer and said a quick goodbye. Will hangs up, then dials the hospital and gets himself an ambulance. With all the preparations in place, he took out the ice cubes and poured them into the bathtub. Then without hesitation, he lay down in it and poured in the jellyfish he had prepared. Jellyfish is one of the world's top 10 most poisonous creatures. The neurotoxin in its body is capable of killing a person within 7 seconds without harming the internal organs. With the gentle touch of the jellyfish, intense pain runs through his body in an instant. His life will end in 7 seconds, but his soul has gained unprecedented satisfaction. All the plans were in order. His body was sent to the hospital in the first instance. Amy was the first to receive the information about the heart donation. She was so excited to tell Will, but there was no one around her until she was taken to the operating theater. Will never showed up. What she didn't know was that the man she thought so much about was now lying cold next door to her. The operation went smoothly, and shortly after, Will's ECG became straight. Amy's ECG began to beat slowly. The transfer of life was complete. At that moment, Amy had a dream in which he and Will clasped hands in the sunset and would never part again. Shortly after Amy was discharged from the hospital, Will's brother found Amy and told her all about Will. He left his lungs to his brother. His liver was donated to an old lady at the orphanage. His bone marrow was donated to the little boy. His kidneys to a hockey coach. His villa brought happiness to a single mother. His eyes gave sight to a blind man. And finally, his heart is bursting into life inside Amy. He gave his life to atone for his sins, saving 7 different lives. After hearing all this, Amy cried uncontrollably. It turns out that the man who accompanied her out of the darkness had prepared everything for her long ago. Death is supposed to be a personal matter, but now the sadness was spreading to everyone close to her. On a sunny morning, Amy found Turner in the crowd. He had regained his sight, and he had a much brighter life. Amy gazed into his eyes with deep emotion. In a trance, she saw those gentle eyes once again, and through his eyes, Turner also saw the heart beating vigorously. He immediately recognized the woman in front of him as Amy. Amy was so happy that she burst into tears. I'm BullDog Movie. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.